The one where everybody finds out. Written and read by Badwriterrr. 5 times the gang and friends found out about Zukka through unfortunate means, and the one time they didn't. Or, Sokka just wants to bang his boyfriend in peace. Jeez. Chapter 1. Toph. The thing about Toph was she was always quite proud of her gift. Sure, she would have been a badass earthbender with sight or without, but it gave her all kinds of advantages in other facets of life too. She could see better than anyone else ever could. She wasn't bound by walls or barriers. Nah, she could see through everything, from a lie in an uneven thump of a heartbeat to the distant bumps of the badger moles. But of course, it was Prince Coalbrains and Sockhead that decided to ruin that for her. Though, in all fairness, she had to defend Zuko. At least he was trying to be quiet. Actually, no. Zuko was just as much to blame. Neither one of them thought of the idea of combining their half a brain cell to think about at least moving a little further away from her tent. And she could see everything they were doing. Everything. Even with her feet contorted, pressed strangely against her ears to form some sort of connection loop. But alas, the rattling of stone was unescapable. 2 bodies on top of each other, writhing around like the idiots they were, was beginning to melt her brain. Sokka's obnoxious whisper shouts of praise, Zuko and the strangled grunts, their heartbeats thumping in that speedy, off-putting manner. She was going to kill them. She was actually going to kill them. It was one thing having to hear Aang and Katara make kissy noises at one another over breakfast in their foul, juvenile manner. This, however, was another situation altogether. She knew she needed to take action before they reached their finale, which she most definitely, for all the great spirits, did not want to witness. So she stood, ignoring the dull ripples of movement through the earth, and then she found the source. Throwing back the tent curtains, bellowing at the top of her lungs so loud the world around them shivered, "Shut the hell up!" And it worked. Complete and utter silence. No movement, absolutely none. She would have thought she yelled at the wrong tent had it not been from Zuko's now very faint pulse. We were just, started Sokka, scrambling out of the sheets. Yeah, Sokka? What were you dinguses doing? It's not like I've been able to see the entire thing in vivid detail. You, said Zuko with a gulp. She imagined him white-faced, sheets to his chin in absolute horror. Good. It's what they deserved. Really? Said Sokka with surprising conviction. Toph scowled and dropped her voice low and raspy. Please, Sokka, do that again. Zuko took a deep breath in and pretty much disappeared into the spirit realm. Now, do I have to dismember both your appendages, or will you go somewhere else to finish your business? There was a very, very hastily rustling of the boys scrambling to get their things together, and by the sounds of it, Zuko was hidden fully underneath the bedsheet, despite the fact that she, couldn't actually see him. Go far, far away, preferably on a desert, or in the middle of the ocean, or for the sake of the spirits, take a ride around Appa. Just go somewhere where I can't see it. And in a flash, and quite literally a haze of smoke, the 2 were gone. And Toph was about to get a good night's sleep. By morning, the boys had safely returned from wherever they had scrambled off to the night past. Well, at least Zuko had. She heard him, waddling over like a penguin seal, coming to slouch a good distance away from her at the vacant and dying campfire. Pretty boy, I always thought you just naturally had a limp. At least now Okay, Zuko squeaked out, dropping his tea over himself. Toph couldn't help but giggle to herself. Toph, Zuko said sternly, in a real Prince Fire face, I have something very, very important to say. Sokka and I, we haven't told anyone, and you're the only person that knows, so Oh, shut up, Sparky. Of course I'm not going to tell anyone about you and Sock Puppet's dirty little secret. What kind of friend do you think I am? The blue balls inducing cock-block kind of friend, said Sokka, re-emerging from the tent with what she could only assume to be a very, very vindictive scowl. Of course, Toph was not surprised by this in the slightest. After all, there was only one rule when it came to Sokka. Don't get in between him and his meat. I can't wait till you're old enough so I can start bursting out on your little escapades. Nah, never gonna happen, she said bluntly, poking her tongue out. Sucks to be you then, said Sokka with a defiant thump. Well, actually, Zuko— Toph! Zuko croaked again, sinking impossibly further into the campfire. And hey, how did you even know what we were doing? Aren't you like 8? I'm 13, you dingbat, and I'm not an idiot. I know where babies come from. A snort and then, well, actually— Sokka, please, for Agni's sake, shut up!